Action Comics 969, written by Dan Jurgens and art by Patrick Zurcher. And this follows on from the last issue where the Godslayer took Lex Luthor at the end of the issue. Superman is determined to find out where he's went, but most of the issue is actually the Godslayer, and it's where he's went, what his story is, and we find out that he was actually about to retire from what he does because his conscience was actually starting to eat at him, that he was killing these people before they actually did anything. That was weighing on his mind, and he was convinced to come back because it was a replacement for Darkseid, and he was sort of goaded back into it.
Yeah, as much as his conscience for himself, he couldn't bear that on the universe.
Yeah,
because that would be worse for him. Like, I'm killing all these people, but I can't live with himself if he allows a replacement.
Yeah, because most of it's actually a flashback to like just before he comes after Lex. It's that decision, how he gets goaded back into it by his partner, and he's like I don't know what to call her, his superior, but the other one.
I'm even more in line that this is almost like Jurgens looking at Civil War II at Marvel and going, I can tell a more concise story right here. Because they have a lot of the same themes about the, how do you prosecute someone for something they haven't done yet? And, and I like that. I like,
clearly.
Well, yeah, but then there's problems because now if you do that for too long, it starts to weigh on you. And it's like...
And Lex obviously brings up the idea that just because you've seen it, is it necessarily true?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's also Lex trying to literally save his neck.
Well,
because...
But to be fair, in this case, he's not entirely wrong.
No, but I think it's interesting that LaCall brought him, the Godslayer, back to that area and didn't just dispense justice where they were like he usually does.
Yeah. He's obviously, despite the fact that he was convinced to go, he's still clearly changed from the way he used to do things. And also, obviously, Superman goes back to the building that transported, and those containers seem to be like the ending of a portal. That's what lets him travel. So Doomsday seemed to also come that way from That's how we found Doomsday first. He was there first. Couple of, obviously, and at the end, Superman. I love that Superman, it ends the issue with him saying, I have to save Lex Luthor. I think he's shady, but I need to save him. I love that comes a couple of pages after Lex on this other planet saying, he will come for me. Like, Lex is believing that Superman will save him. There's a real nice... just weird
There's a dichotomy.
Yeah. Well, dichotomy between the two things, but just this weird flip of how things usually are, where Lex has got to a point where he needs to believe in the hope of Superman to come save him.
It's kind of like that transcendent bottom line. As much as he hates Superman, he still knows that even for him, he'll come. Yeah. And he's just, you can know he's going to hate that he's had to rely on this.
I think,
in the next issue,
that's kind of what I love about DC, though. All the, like, the hero and, like, the arch nemesis relationships are also different. This is wildly different to Batman and Joker, which again I think is wildly different to Green Lantern and Sinestro. And Flash and the Rogues, like, because like Green Lantern and Sinestro, there's this thing where they could be friends, but they can't be. Whereas with Superman and Lex, I don't buy that they could be friends, but there's
you get that they have a similar end goal.
Yeah, there's an understanding that can be reached somewhere.
Yeah, and I always like that idea that Jeff Loeb put in for all seasons. Like, Lex was this good guy that, he broke a few eggs to make an omelet, but he had Metropolis's, what's the word I'm looking for?
It's like best interest at heart.
Yeah, their best interest there. And then Superman shows up, and they're kind of like, oh, we're all about Superman now. Who's Lex Luthor? And that's what drives him. It's this jealousy and envy of...
which is a weakness. He shouldn't be like that. He should...
exactly.
Go with it, but
it's his desire to prove himself.
Exactly. So he's like, oh, he's Superman. Well, watch this normal man be better than him. And I always just love that take.
It's almost like the end of Batman Begins in a way. Escalation.
Yeah.
I just want to point out one of my favourite panel from this book is at the start. It's when we're still in Metropolis and Superman's talking to Clark and Lois, and there's a panel of John watching from another building, and you just see Superman in the sky. He's basically a dot in the air.
Yeah.
It's just from behind John's perspective, and I just love that panel. I think it's a fantastic shot. So
I really enjoyed this issue because when it flipped to the Godslayer stuff, I was kind of going, okay, this isn't quite what I was expecting.
You expect not to enjoy it as much because it's not following your characters.
Yeah, but then I thought it was really great.
But Jurgens made us care about that entire alien planet.
Yeah.
And like, I want to know more about that angel-looking lady that sends him on the missions, and even his partner, who I can't remember his name. But
yeah, but like they're no longer evil. Like
no,
they have a purpose. They genuinely believe they're doing right.
Yeah, because before they felt like just these Terminators that couldn't be bargained with, and like fine things to hit for Superman, but not much more than that.
But yeah, now you see he has a conscience. He's got some moral ambiguity that maybe Superman can exploit and talk him down rather than just punch.
Yeah, now they're characters.
Yeah.
So no, I agree with that. So no, really solid issue of action. Continuing this arc.